In this video, I'm going to show you how to change fonts on your website. Now, this is not an easy thing to do, okay? I'm just going to preface this video by that. I'm going to do my best to make this as newbie friendly as possible, as easy to follow as possible, as non-technical as possible. But the reality is you're going to need to know or be able to do a little figuring out. And I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to walk you through how I would do it. And I think it's going to be easy. It's easy for me, but I'm going to try my best to make it easy for you. Now, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, you know I recently started this video series called the 60-Minute Website Challenge, and you can check them all out at 60minutewebsitechallenge.com. And it's a video series where I take a website that I've designed and I show you how to do it in 60 minutes, and you can have these beautiful sites within 60 minutes, or sometimes I go a little over, unfortunately. And this is going to be a video to answer some questions people have had of how do I change the fonts. But these concepts of changing fonts should work on your theme or any theme, okay? So let's get into it. So right now I've got the latest 60-minute website challenge, which is this beautiful restaurant website. You can see it's just a very beautiful website. Doesn't cost anything, but some time. Anyways, but one of the things with this is you've got these different fonts. You've got the navigation font that I'm sure some people might want something different. And this headline font right here, some people might want different. The body font, just any font you might want different. So let's dig into what we're going to do to change these fonts. I need you to log into the back end of your WordPress website. Go to Plugins, click on Add New, and then do a search for Easy Google Font. Okay, and it's going to pull it up right here, Easy Google Fonts. And it has over 200,000 active installations, which is pretty good. And it's a plugin that is going to make this process a little easier. Okay. Now, I'll preface it by saying when you first install Easy Google Fonts, it's going to be able to identify some of the fonts and make it so that you can easily change it. But certain things like a navigation or different areas of the website, you're going to need to have a little CSS knowledge. But I'm going to show you what that is, so don't get afraid yet, okay? So it's Easy Google Fonts. And go ahead and install that. Now, what we need to do next is if you look under settings, you'll see you have a new option that says Google Fonts. Okay, and what we need to do is, and I've actually already done some of them, we need to identify something called CSS classes, okay? So there's what's called a CSS class for the navigation. There's a CSS class for this, CSS class for this, and each of these elements have something called the CSS class. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to find what those CSS classes are. So I've actually done a few, and let me actually remove them and show you how I found them. So I'm going to click on delete. And then I did this other one here. Let's see, edit font controls. And I did this one. Let me delete it. And I'm going to show you how I found them. Okay, so when you first install the plugin, you can go to Appearance and then Customize. Let's go there now. And you're going to see a new option right here that says Typography. So this is by default. The minute you install the plugin, you're going to see this Typography option. You click on it, and you're going to see Default Typography. Click on that, and these are the different elements that it tried to find for you. Okay, so your paragraph style in your various heading styles, heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you notice it doesn't find the site logo style. It doesn't find the menu style and certain things like that. So we're going to need to find that and get them in there. But it did a decent job. It found these. So, okay, for the paragraph style, I'm assuming it would be this right here. Let's see if it did indeed find it. So I can click this down arrow and it's going to show this here. And then right here under font family, I can choose this, click on this arrow right there and reveal the different fonts that it has. Now it's going to give you standard web fonts, but what's really nice is it's going to have all these Google fonts down here. So say I wanted to change this, let's see, to Lato, L-A-T-O, which is a very popular font. And when I click on it, if it's working right, it should change the font style here to Lato. Now, let's see. It looks like it changed the color. So let's change some of the options with this. And actually, maybe it's this right here, the font and weight style. Maybe that's why it's showing faint. The weight is going to be how thick it is, and it looks like it's just really thin. So let's go up to regular, and let's see if that brings it back. That's not bringing it back. Let's go to 700. Okay, so there it is. So maybe that is it. Let's go to regular again. Okay, so you see it identified the paragraph font and some of these headline fonts. Okay, so you can see it's being changed. Now for styles, you have that's the font, and then you can click on appearance and we can increase the size of it. So here's the font size, so I could maybe make that like say 24. It's pretty big. You usually want your paragraph to be smaller than your headline. And just so you know, this is actually a global change. It's not just this section right here. So let's go to maybe like an 18. That's pretty good. And you can change your line height, your letter spacing. You can change the color. And then there's some different positioning things. So you can see that by default, when you plug it in, it identifies some of these really common elements like paragraph style and some of your headline styles. But see, it doesn't identify this. This is your headline 1. Let's see if it identified it, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. So let's change this to, let's say Montserrat, M-O-N-T-S. And when I click on it, you can see it doesn't change it, which means that this isn't working for this headline. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you, I've already showed you how by default installing this plugin, you can change certain styles, but certain ones it doesn't get. I'm going to show you how to capture those, okay? So I'm going to show you how to change this font. I'm going to show you how to change this menu font, and I'll probably show you this one as well. Now, the biggest gripe with this plugin that people have is they think when they install it, it's going to work to change just any font you want, and it's going to be super easy. It is easy, but it requires what's called a little bit of CSS knowledge. But I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? This is how I would do it. Now, right now I'm in the Safari web browser. Actually, let me just do a save and publish and get out of this and get back here. We need to set up something called a font control, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm in Safari. I use Safari for everything, but we need to use Chrome and install a couple Chrome extensions that give us tools to see what's underneath a website so that we can find what we need. So I'm going to go into Chrome. So now I'm in Chrome, and I made a video about these Chrome extensions and what I use Chrome for. I made a video about that some time ago. But what you need to do is we need to install 2 Chrome extensions, and one of them is called What the Font. And you can, I'm sorry, What Font, not What the Font. So you can just Google What Font Chrome, and here it is right here. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to the Google Chrome store, and you can click this Add to Chrome. I already have it. And it will, anyways, so you would do that for What Font. And the other one we need is called Firebug. So you can Google Firebug Chrome. And the first option is right here, Firebug Lite for Chrome. You would click on it. And go ahead and click on the red button to install this extension as well into your Google Chrome installation. So now you're going to have 2 new buttons in the menu. I know in this video I'm not showing you the menu. One's going to have an F and a question mark, and that's what font. And the other one's going to be, it's going to look like a nasty bug. And so when you click on those, it's going to activate those extensions. So let me go back to my website. So the first extension that you need to activate is what font. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, and you notice it just put this black box that says exit what font. And now when I move my cursor over some text, it tells me what the name of that font is. So I can see that in the menu here, it's using the font called Playfair. Playfair displays the proper name. And when I move the cursor over here, it's showing that this is Montserrat. And when I move it down here, it's showing that this is Arial. And then when I move it down here, it's Notice a Text or whatever. So I'm going to move it over to the next font that I want to change. And it's right here. It's called Playfair. You can click on it and it shows you more information. It's very handy. It shows you how large the font is. It shows you the color, which is the hover color. But it's going to show me Playfair. So what I'm looking for is that phrase Playfair. Okay, so put that in a notepad. So now I'm going to exit what font, and I'm going to click on the bug. Now when you click on Firebug, it pulls up this panel right here, and I'm going to click right here where it says Inspect. And then what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to hover over different parts of the website, and it's going to let me see the underlying code that generates these elements. So I can go right here and I can click on it. And what it does is it highlights the actual code, and then on the right it shows CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It's all the styles for your website, the font styles, the colors, and all of that kind of stuff, the margin and paddings. So what we're trying to find is the style that defines this navigation area right here. So you can scroll up or down, and what I'm looking for is the name, the exact name of the element that generates and controls the Playfair font for this menu. And I'm not seeing it here, which is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and click on CSS like this. And then I want you to, you're going to see this drop down menu right here. And I want you to click, it's going to be style.css. So here it is, style.css, and click on it. And actually, let's do this. Okay, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to select style CSS and have it show this long list. You can see by this scroll bar here, it's going to show all the CSS for this page that you're on. Okay, so now I want you to pull up the find function of your browser. So I'm on a Mac, and so I have to hit the Apple key F. In Chrome, it pulls this little box up here on the top right. And for you, if you're on a Windows computer, probably be the Windows key and F or Control F or something like that. But we want this search box here. And then what we want to do is we want to start typing in the name of that font, which was P-L-A-Y-F, Playfair. So I haven't even typed out the full name of the font, and it's already found it in actually 8 locations. And right now down here it's showing me the first location that it's in. And I've got these up and down arrows, so I'm going to click down arrow. And so I can see right here it's showing that the font family is being used for the block quote CSS class. But this definitely isn't the block quote. It's probably something having to do with navigation or something like that. So I'm going to click down arrow. And this one's interesting. It says right here, it's .main-navigation space A. And I can see for this CSS element right here we're defining the color is white, the font is Playfair display, etc., etc. So if I was a betting man, I would think that this is the piece of information that is the CSS class controlling this menu navigation. So I'm going to highlight it, And let's see, sometimes the copy paste doesn't work like this, but I'm going to try it. And I'm going to put it in my clipboard. But just remember, main-navigation A. So now I'm going to go back to Safari. And we need to create what's called a font control. And this is where we say to the plugin, this is the CSS class that defines this font that we want to change. So let's give it a name. Let's just call it the navigation. And then click Create Font Control. Create Font Control. Let's see. It's not working for me. Let me refresh this. I've been doing lots of different things in this plugin. Okay, let's do that over. And navigation. And then click on Create Font Control. Okay, there we go. And then it should change to this where it says Add CSS Selectors. And that is that little bit of text, the dot main-navigation A. So let's see if my clipboard did it. Yes, it did. So you type it in and then hit enter. And then now you see this new box that goes around it. And then what we want to do here is click on this checkbox. And this is saying we want to override what the theme already has it set to. And then I'm going to click on Save Font Control. Now, let's test it. I'm going to go ahead and go into the customizer, and it says right here, navigation has been updated. Please visit the customizer and you can just click on this link or go to Appearance, Customize, and then click on it. Now we're back in the customizer. Let's click on Typography again. And now you see we've got a new option where it says Theme Typography. I accidentally clicked the button like a whole bunch of times, so I'm going to have to clean this up. So, but we know it was navigation 4. Remember I clicked create 4 times anyway. I'll have to fix that. Maybe it's just my impatience sometimes. So anyways, I did put it on navigation 4. So let's test it and see if it works. I'm going to do the arrow to drop down here. You won't have this navigation 1, 2, 3, 4 unless you're like me and you click it 4 times. So forgive me for that. And then anywhere where it says font family, let's just change the font family real quick and see if we get a change. Let's go with Montserrat. M-O-N-T-S. There it is. And then I'm going to click on it and bam. You can see it worked. The font changed. Let's change it a little bit more. So we've got the weight. Let's go a thick 700. And with this font, I like it to be all caps. So that would be under text transform. And let's make it uppercase. There we go. That's exactly how I want it. Let's do a save and publish. And then if I go to the front end of the website and do a refresh, we should see my new font for the menu. Okay, so now I'm going to get out of the customizer, and I'm going to clean up that mistake I made there, accidentally clicking Save Font, Create Font Control a whole bunch of times. So let me go here and select right here, and then I'm going to click Delete. You won't have to do this. Navigate. Oh, here we go. Manage font control. That would have been easier. All right. So I'm going to go here and delete 2. I'm going to delete 3. I'm leaving this in so you can see when you make a mistake, it's not that big of a deal. And I'm going to change that to just say navigation because I screwed it up. Let's go back like that and click on Save Font Control. So now I just cleaned up my big mistake. Okay, so let's get back into Chrome and find some other things to change. I'm going to go into Chrome. And, okay, so we found the menu. Let's find this right here. So I'm going to get rid of this find box right here. And I'm going to get rid of Firebug by clicking it. And let's go back into what font. So I just clicked the F, and it's now going to let me start hovering over things. And so I know it's right here. It says Montserrat, like that. So we know that's the name of this font, okay? And then I'm going to exit what's font, I'm going to click on the Firebug to pull that back up. And I'm going to go here. And some reason when I change it, there we go. I've got it back. Sometimes when you open it up, it doesn't show you it all. You notice I changed to this one and then this one, and it shows me everything. So now let's do a search for Montserrat. So I'm going to pull up the little search thing again. Montserrat, and it already found it in 17 places. So let's start going through. So H5, H6, I doubt that it is it. It's probably going to be like site header or something. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm just going to go widget title. Oh, there it is. Site title. It's probably that. So if I enter .site-title in the easy Google fonts, that should work. So let's see. I'm going to go into create a new font control. I'm going to go and name it the site title. Oops. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to click create font control once. Okay, there it is. And then I'm going to go right here and I'm going to go .site title. Like that. I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to do this checkbox, and then I'm going to save the font control. Okay. There it is. Okay, so it's saved. Now I'm going to click on this to go into the customizer, and let's see if we got this right. Okay. So I'm going to go to Typography, Theme Typography, and now we have one navigation because I fixed it. And we've got this new one, site title. So I'm going to do this drop down. And let's see, I'm just going to try changing let's change it to, how about lobster? Lobster. Lobster is that kind of, you'll see right now. It's very noticeable. Yep, there it is. Lobster. It worked. Woohoo! So let me get out of here and click on the X and go back into the easy Google fonts. And let me go back to Google Chrome. And I'm going to close out of the search, and I'm going to close the Firebug by clicking on the little bug. Now let's change this right here. Okay, normally this could be an H1, but I already know if you change the H1 in the customizer, that stands for headline 1, it's not going to change this. I already know. So let's go ahead. Actually, here, let's do a quick refresh so we can see our changes have already, a lot of them have gone into effect already. Okay, so I want to find out what the name of this font is, and let's see if I can find it. Okay, I'm going to click on the font. And this is Montserrat as well. Okay. So now I'm going to exit here. I'm going to go into Firebug. I'm going to click on CSS. Remember, I had to change this to right here, style.css. And then for some reason when maybe I'm being impatient, you click it and then you wait a second or two. Anyways, and then let's do our find. Oh, and actually remembered our search from last time. Let's enter it again though. Hit enter. Okay, so this is the first location, H5 and H6. That might be it, but I don't think so. This is for the buttons. This is the post navigation. I'm just hitting the down arrow. The widget title. The site title, which we just modified. The site footer. The archive page title. The entry meta. Okay. I already know that this is it. The entry title. Oops. It's the entry title right here. But let's continue clicking on. You know, so basically the point I'm trying to get across is you can find these classes where the font is defined and you can test them in easy Google Fonts. But this is how you find these classes. Okay, let me go up. Entry title. Widget title. Menu items. Menu breadcrumbs. So Let's see. Let me keep going for a little bit. So the comment meta, that's the information with comments. Like if someone leaves a comment in their name, that's the comment meta. So if I wanted to change that, I would take down this comment meta and I would go and create an easy Google font for it. Let's keep going. Okay, so I looked at all of them. So let's try that entry title. So I already knew this was a title. It's the first thing on the page, so entry title kind of makes sense. Actually, I'm not positive that that's it. So I'm going to go here and click on, I'm going to click on Create New Font Control and give it a sec. I'm going to call it Home Page Title. I'm going to click on Create Font Control. Give it a second or two. There we go. And I'm going to go .entry -title and then hit enter. I don't know if this is going to do it. I'm hoping it does. I'm going to click on that Force Style Override, click on Save Font Control, give it a sec, and then I'm going to go into Customizer and cross my fingers. Alright, I'm going to click on Typography, Theme Typography, and there it is, Site Title. I'm sorry, Homepage Title. Okay, I should have actually put Homepage Headline, that's what I was thinking. I'll change it. I'm going to go down here and let's change our font family. So for that, let's do Impact. I really don't like the Impact font though. Oh, I did get it. Whew. Thank goodness. So let's put something we like. Let's choose Georgia so you can see it's different. And let's give it a stronger weight. Let's increase our font size. And I think with positioning, we can actually pull it up a little. Let's see, that would be the padding. Well, this is if I wanted to add padding, but I actually want to take it away. Let's see if margin's going to let us do it. Oh, there we go. So you can see now I'm able to change the positioning a little bit. Let's go something like that. All right, so anyways, I'm going to do a save and publish. So you get the idea. This is something you can do. You can change the fonts. I know it's a little technical, but if you followed what I did in this video, you could apply the same concepts of finding the name of the font, using Firebug to look at the CSS, doing a search, finding the different CSS classes that are defining that font gets used, copy and pasting it over to easy Google fonts, and now you can change it in the customizer. And I know you could do this. Sometimes you might get stuck. If you do get stuck, maybe you can find someone to hire for a few dollars to tell you what those CSS classes are. Or you can contact the theme developer and say, hey, what is the CSS class for this font right here, so I can go ahead and put it in this plugin and be able to change it. But anyways, I just wanted to show you how to do that. You know what I'm going to do for my 60-minute website challenges? I'm going to put easy Google fonts in and try to define all these different font areas for you. But I wanted to get this information to you so you can, no matter what your theme is, change any font that you want. Yes, you made it to the end of the video, which must mean that it brought value to you. So can you go ahead and click on the thumbs up down below? That'll help me out. And if you want more videos like this, be sure to click on the subscribe button right down below me. Now, if you want to find me on the internet, I've got a special Facebook group that I set up for people just like you that want answers to their WordPress website. And that's where you can find me, interact with me, and ask me questions. So go ahead and click on the blue button down below to join that special Facebook group. Now, I never want you to leave empty-handed, so I've created a free video course for you called the 3 Steps to WordPress Success. In this video course, you're going to really learn how to make your website shine, get the results that you want, and have it really stand out from the crowd. So to access that free video course, go ahead and click on the link over here on the right. You can also find me at WPCrafter.com. Make sure you check out my 60-minute website challenges. Those are very popular, and you can find those on the website as well. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I make these videos just for you, and I hope you watch the next one.